Ladies and gentlemen, it is the last day of the season. Well, technically it's the second to last day of the season, but for all intents and purposes, this is the last day unless you're trying to get a specific rank, and then you can definitely play on Saturday as well. But for me, this is going to be the last day. At least this is the last video of this season. And hopefully it's a good one for y'all. It is actually, I'm covering the current rank 1 team as of Thursday night, and it's LLSEMII, and he's at 3733. 3733, yeah. I don't know why that sounded like a fake number to me. Okay, something interesting happened during my recordings. I accidentally lost one set, so we're only going to be going over 2 sets, but luckily I did very well in them. So we're going to go through those sets. And yeah, if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. Or if you think you are subscribed, check right now. And if you're not and you want to be, or you thought you were, definitely click the subscribe. And yeah, this team's going to be Shadow Gligar in the lead with Annihilape and Skarmory in the back. So the idea from the games I went through basically were the Shadow Gligar is very neutral in a lot of matchups, and with an energy or shield advantage, you can definitely win those matchups. And while your backline is a little less mobile, they're very hard hitting with shield advantages, of course. So if you can just get a shield advantage in the lead and maybe get energy on Annihilape or Skarmory, that's going to be pretty good for you. The only bad thing is that Skarmory can get walled by a lot of things. So like Bastiodon is around everywhere right now. Yeah, that steel type is going to be tough for Skarmory, but Annihilape does hit things hard, running the Night Slash Shadow Ball variant, so pretty the normal moveset. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. And right now, we do have the Skeleturge here in the lead. Actually, Fire's pretty tough for this team in general. Obviously, Fire is pretty good against, or very good against Skarmory, being super effective. And then a lot of the Fire types that are used in this meta have subtypings that are really good against Annihilape. So Charizard has that Flying type, and then Skeleturge has that Fairy type. So those are the very tough matchups for us. I actually lost a game against Chestnut Double Fire with Charizard and Talonflame, actually. And Talonflame also has Flying, which is obviously not great for Annihilape. So yeah, we lose the front here, but I thought they were going to go for CMP here, so they actually end up getting an extra Incinerate through. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and shield also. They ended up shielding, so I'm going to go for the farm down here. We know they're going to be 2 away, which means I can definitely get that farm down. They come in with the Lickitung. I go for 6 here, and then I swap to try to catch a Body Slam, because even if they throw, eventually they're going to throw a Body Slam, which is going to be resisted against this Skarmory. I almost said Skeleturge. So Lick is really going to be the thing that's doing a lot in this matchup, so I want to make sure to preserve as much of the Skarmory as I can, and then I want to be as close to a move as I can on Annihilape. Hopefully the Shadow Ball going to be something that's going to be good against the thing in the back. It does seem like it would be maybe a... I feel like it's an Annihilape in the back. That would be a pretty good comp, I think. We'll see here anyways. Ooh, it ends up being a Guzzlord. And I go for the farm down on the Skeleturge. I already know they could swap in at any point. And I think after this Brave Bird switch will be up. Even if it isn't, I think we probably get KO'd after getting the defense drop. No, we did not. And I end up going for the Shadow Ball since I was 1 away. With all that energy gain on the Lickitung, which is great because the Night Slash would definitely not have been enough. And I think Skarmory would have been way too low to even do any more fast attacks against the Guzzlord. Alright, Magnezone lead, it's iffy, to be honest. You probably do have to shield a Wild Charge if they do end up throwing a Wild Charge. I'm just going to go for... I'm not going for a bait here, although you probably could, to be honest, because since they haven't thrown a move yet, they're probably going to go for double Wild Charge. I probably have to shield 1 at least. Oh, I just take it? Alright, sweet. Alright, we'll let the... this is almost 100% a mirror shot, yeah. Alright, well now I'm going to go for this Airy Lace because they're already double debuffed. And yeah, they end up shielding. I'm going to farm down with Annihilape, but we're going to have to shield this. This is definitely a Wild Charge. I guess it could be a mirror shot, but the fact of the matter that the fact that it could be a Wild Charge means that you have to preserve it. And it ends up being a Gligar here in the back. I'm going to just go up to... I'm probably going to let them hit us 3 times. I want to go up to 100 energy before throwing a Sky Attack, and then hopefully the Sky Attack will be enough to KO from here. It definitely will. And I might even undercharge, to be honest, just to get a little bit more, because they're going to be basically at no energy here. So, yeah, let's see if I go for an undercharge. Nah, I just KO. All right, well, if they come in with a Magnezone, I can throw one for free, and then I do have to throw a Sky Attack, otherwise I get farmed down. I'm not going to be able to farm it down in time. And then it ends up being a Azumarill, which is okay, because I have a Brave Bird here, and I have a little bit of energy. I think I have 2 counters on Annihilape, and Annihilape is very squishy, but you do live a Play Rough. Believe me, my IVs are terrible, so you'll probably live this Play Rough too, although very close. Ends up almost KOing us, but we have the Shadow Ball. You obviously have to have some energy coming into this matchup, or you would have gotten KO'd by the bubbles. If I had to go for full energy. Alolan Sandslash in the lead is not good. The one thing to note here is that it does have Shadow Claw. So hopefully we gain some energy on the Gligar later, and we're probably not ever going to get farmed down, so maybe we can have a shield advantage too, hopefully. I do want to throw... We do throw right on CMP here, but I did want to throw the Sky Attack first, just so I wouldn't get debuffed. I don't want them throwing a terrible move at us. I want them to make sure that this is the Ice Beam or the Hydro Pump. Actually, there were 2 Azus with Hydro Pump today, which was interesting. Kind of have to come in with the Gligar. I think it's going to live, this is the worst part about this, but maybe I'll shield and farm down. The fact that it could be Hydro is too scary. Oh, maybe I counted to 6 and it was Play Rough? Yeah, okay, I think that's what I did. So, technically, again, it doesn't have Powder Snow. Ends up being a Gligar here in the back. I go for the Ice Punch, but there's no... I wouldn't even shield, to be honest. But we can double shield this and hopefully get 1 shield back right here. Technically, we outpace as well, so maybe we'll get the shield back before they... Oh, we throw on CMP. Interesting. Well, I know I'm going to be able to outpace them. And I can only hope that a Night Slash KOs from here. Their switch isn't up. They switched at basically the exact same time we did, so we're going to get 1 more move here. Our switch is going to be up after this. We have to switch right away. We have a little bit of energy, and we do outpace. We just have to hope we survive. And I ended up getting the boost on Annihilate, but we have to get to this move. There's our only chance, because we would be getting farmed down. We would be getting farmed down on the Annihilate, since it does have Shadow Claw. I meant to say at the beginning of the video, these first 3 battles were insane. Is this the 3rd battle or the 2nd? But those previous battles were all insane. So they end up switching into a Cresselia, get a little bit of energy on the Gligar just to get a little bit of a lead, because I already know I have this hard counter in the back. You're never going to be too like hurt by this Cresselia. You resist all of its moves, including Fast Attack, Charge Attack. No matter what they have, you resist everything. They end up having the Moonblast, and I do throw the first Sky Attack right away because I want to see where they're going to be at here, and I want to farm up as much as possible. I probably can't take 2 moves though, so I think I'm going to throw on 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I throw on 3. Whatever. Oh, I think they had 1 or 2 extra energy. I don't know. I'm not counting while I'm casting the video, but when I'm playing these, I'm counting hardcore. Believe me. Yeah, because when they come back into the Annihilape, I want the chance to take a shield. I really should have gone, I think, here for the Brave Bird. Ends up being a Skarmory. We're up a shield. This is an easy matchup for Annihilape. We just shield through and throw Shadow Balls, and we make sure that we have a lot of energy left over for the Gligar. Well, it doesn't really matter. We have the Gligar against that Annihilape. This Annihilape stays in. I don't know if they're going to try to bait for an Ice Punch. They end up switching to Dugong. I switch right away into Annihilape. This matchup's pretty easy. You don't have to shield the first move, even if they do go for the Drill Run, but they almost always go for the Icy Wind. The one thing you do have to worry about is, well, you need to make sure you throw the Shadow Ball. Yeah. Throw the Shadow Ball. I feel like I said this in the last video. Nothing... Okay, we got the boost. But, yeah, you want to throw the Shadow Ball there just so that you can maintain that shield advantage. Now, of course, we're going to get the shield back if they do come in with Annihilape, because this is going to one-shot. And they probably let it go, to be honest, because Gligar is such a big matchup, an easy matchup for them. They end up coming with the Bastion, and obviously my backline's horrific against this, but I can get a lot of damage in with this Annihilate. Plus, I got the boost. I did forget about that. So already 60% of the way through this Bastion. Now we just one dig away, and we're going to outpace it to the next one. Victory Bell, this is a weird matchup. They can just farm you all the way down, to be honest. And they end up switching, so I get a little bit more energy, but I probably should have switched into this right away. I have to, well, maybe not, because you have to shield anyways, so you want to get it down to Shadow Ball range, and I'm hoping that at least at half HP it's going to be at that Shadow Ball range, and I think it is. So they can decide to shield this or not. If they decide to shield, I'll go for another big farm, and then eventually throw a Night Slash. Yeah, we'll just shield again. Just because it feels like it's another Steel type in the back, I assume it's Bastion anytime I see a Victory Bell, and vice versa. Although lately there's been that team that's like Bastion in the front with Wigglytuff and Shadow... What is it? Shadow Dragonair. Yeah, that's a really toxic team. I was going to try that team out and make a video, but I decided not to. We're almost at the end of the season anyways. And like I said, this is going to be the last video. They actually caught on this Azumarill, but at least I know what the backline is. I'm going to come in Skarmory. Both of our Mon are good. Oh, yeah, I kind of have to come in Skarmory. The worst thing they can have is Hydro Pump, but at least we know the count. And if they hit us with one Hydro Pump, I guarantee you they won't hit us with two. And I know I can win CMP against this Azu as well if I really want to farm up to the max. But I think I'm just going to try to hit them before they hit us with another move here. This should be CMP on another Ice Beam. Instead of letting them get that Ice Beam, just going to go into that Victory Bell matchup. We double resist everything, and that's GG. All right, Charjabug, that's the good lead. And they switch into Gligar, which means we can gain a little bit of extra energy, and switch into Skarmory. Ended up catching an Aerial Ace here. The one thing we do need to note is I kind of want to get as low as possible in this matchup, but I can only get so low, and then I'll probably go up to 100 energy here, go up to 2 Sky Attacks, hit him with a Sky Attack, and then throw a Brave Bird into the Charjabug so that it doesn't get as much farm. And I'll probably do that after this one, although technically I think I would live another Aerial Ace. I don't want to get in this weird scenario where he actually ends up double shielding, so I just go up to the 100 throw, and then I should be one away from Brave Bird. So when you're at 100 energy, you can throw a Sky Attack. You can either throw 2 Sky Attacks or a Sky Attack, 1 move, and a Brave Bird. So now that Volt Switch is going to do basically 1.5 times damage, and I'm hoping it KOs me. Obviously, I had a lot more life than I thought there. The only thing I have to worry about here is if it has Crunch, which it does, obviously, because I'm facing it. And then I'm going to go for the dig, and then it's a matter of, do I think I need this Gligar against the backline? Might as well try, I think. And I probably end up going for a shield on this move. Definitely don't go for CMP. You do lose CMP against Charjabug. I'll probably throw 1 in an Aerial Ace. I have a little, as you can see, I have a little bit of energy. I'm 40% through to the next Aerial Ace. Actually, I'm probably 60%. No, I was not 60%. But if I get this shield, I know that they're at 4. So I know I can switch, and even if they bait the Shadow Ball, I can shield it, and I reach the Shadow Ball before them, even if they bait the Night Slash right here. I should get there 1 turn before, and even if I don't, I have to go for the CMP. Even if they were an extra counter or 2 ahead, I would have to go for the Shadow Ball, obviously. My Gligar is very low. It's going to get countered down. All right, another Annihilape lead here. Again, I'm just going to throw Aerial Ace right away. Not going to try to CMP on a possible Ice Punch, because I want them to shield first, and I want to see what they do. If they do throw after 5, I probably will shield, even though it's almost never the Ice Punch. But I think this one ended up being the Shadow Ball, which is crazy. And another Dugong. So this is the second time we saw Dugong. What was another thing in the back? Was it Skarmory? We're going to see if it's the exact same team as the other team that was running Annihilate. Maybe someone made a team that was Annihilate Dugong. But this time, oh, we don't get to see. All right. Poliwrath here in the lead. They do have counter. It's a good thing to note because they could possibly... I think they catch on a Gligar. I didn't see right there. No, they caught on a Stunfisk. So I'm going to go for a shield here and then go for like a massive farm down. Earthquake, you would live it, but I don't feel like really testing too much here. Plus, they have a Poliwrath in the front, which I win CMP against, so I'm probably just going to throw Shadow Ball right away, and I'm not really pressured by too much. What I was going to say is make sure that the Poliwrath has counter. Sometimes they have Mud Shot, and they're going to get to those moves a lot faster than you think. And if they're going to get to Icy Wind faster against your thing that's double weak to Icy Wind, you're going to want to know those things. So I go for the CMP tie, I believe, here. Oh, no, they go one more. But they threw Icy Wind, which I thought was weird because since I was counting, I knew that they were going to throw... I knew they were throwing Icy Wind because they threw before they got to 8. And then I thought they were going to throw before I get to the Shadow Ball, so I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of damage before getting there. And then let my Annihilape go down, come in Gligar, hope to farm down, and then see what they have in the back and hope that Gligar Skarmory is enough, which I think it would be in a non-shield scenario. Yeah, they have pretty good coverage together, so I think the worst possible case scenario there is something like... I don't know, something with like a waterfall, I guess. All right, well, GG's. Again, that's going to be my last video here of the season. Again, that was LLSEMII. He is rank 1 on the leaderboard as of, it is 9 p.m. It is 8:43. I don't know why I was just randomly saying. It's 8:43 p.m. on Thursday night, Central Standard Time. And the leaderboard has not updated for today. Well, no, wait. No, it updated this morning. So, yeah, he's the leader for today. I believe the leaderboard will update one more time before the next season starts, and then one more time the day after the season starts. So, technically, these could change. I see 3 people in the 3700s. One person's only 5 points away, so I think there actually is going to be a race for this, whoever gets this rank 1. Camera's... not focusing. Okay, I think there is going to be a race for this rank 1. What is going on? My camera's not focusing on me. Whatever. There's going to be a race for this rank 1. You don't need to see me in clarity. There's going to be a race for this rank 1 100%. So, yeah, we'll see if Semi gets it. He's been running this team. I messaged him on Twitter to ask him what his team was just so I could showcase to y'all. I really wanted y'all to know what the rank 1 team is with the day and a half going into this next season. So again, if you are actually trying to get to a goal that you've never gone to before, technically we have 2 days left, but you have to play before 3 p.m. CS Central Standard Time on Saturday. And then we have all of Friday still, which this video will be out Friday morning. So if you want to run this team for 2 days to get to your goal, absolutely advise doing that. It is better for you to attempt your goal than to start the first day of the season with extra battles. What's that really going to do at the end? So yeah, and then if you're not, you still have 1 day left of this league. Try this team out, and if you like this video, hit the like button, and if you haven't, or maybe you have, or you thought you have, hit the subscribe button. It helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm. And thank you all so much for the extreme support this season. I can't even say it enough. Just thank you all so much, and I'll see you next season. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.